how to learn a British accent, how to get a British accent without moving to the UK. So now if you want to, or if you ever wanted to speak with a clear, authentic British pronunciation accent, which is of course the modified version of a modern received pronunciation or contemporary RP, but you don't live in the UK. You don't have to go to the UK. But here's the good news. You don't need to move to London, you don't need to move to Manchester or everywhere in the UK, because you can sound British, you can sound authentically British. In fact, with the right techniques, you will train your accent from anywhere in the planet, from anywhere on Earth. But in this video, a lot of people have been asking how to get a British accent. Why am I struggling to learn a British accent? How long does it take to get a British accent? However, in today's video, these are the powerful, simple steps. These are the key features to get a British accent. You must understand first how to train your mouth, your tongue, and of course to sound or to imitate the real British English speakers. Daily exercise to sound more British without leaving the UK or without trying to get into the UK. So if that sounds fun, in today's video, I'll be talking to you about the key features of a modern received pronunciation or contemporary RP, those who are starting to learn a British pronunciation. To sound British, you must first understand what makes British accent different from other accents, particularly American accent. Now, you have to have a clear, sharp vowel sounds. So, a clear vowel sounds, British English have many different vowel sounds to be fair, and are not wide as American vowels. For example, we have in a word bath, bath. You've noticed that R sounds. In words like father, father, can't, can't, glass, glass, dance, okay, after. And here's the trick. These sounds will happen in many different situations. It would happen at the middle, it can happen at the beginning, but the real secret is that you have to learn how to pronounce it, and you have to know the differentiation between American and British pronunciation at the same time. Now, if that makes sense, you have the letter R is a softer and of course a silent R. In many British accents, of course, we have got the letter R is completely silent. Let's say, for example, in words like car, okay? Have you noticed? I don't pronounce the letter R at the end of the word. Car, or even worker, okay? Worker. Far, okay? Far. Doctor, doctor. Teacher, teacher. This is called a non-rhotic accent. Why? Because a modern RP pronunciation or contemporary RP, which is called a BBC English or even a modified version of received pronunciation. This is also a very fundamental feature you need to understand, okay? And of course you have got the letter T pronunciation. Now the letter T pronunciation in British English is very important. British English loves the letter T, and for those who don't know, if you're learning a British accent, you need to master your T's. Well, it could happen quite a lot. Let's say in words like water. You've noticed, how do I pronounce the word water? I didn't say water or even water, which is another British accent. I say water, water, better, 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 matter, matter. Have you noticed? Well, this is, of course, a contemporary and modern received pronunciation where you need to pronounce your T's quite intensely. However, the raising, falling tones, well, this is the rhythm, and I think this is the intonations. British English speakers have a musical tone. Sentence often raises slightly and then fall at the end. For example, I might say, I'd like a cup of tea. I'd like a cup of tea. Okay? Where are you going? Where are you going? Where are you going? Okay? So have you noticed a difference? Understanding this difference is really, really important. However, you need to train your mouth and of course your sounds. Your mouth is important. You don't need to be in the UK. You don't need to live in the UK. You just need to imitate sounds that accurately. For example, use watch and copy methods. This is like, for example, choose a British actor, a YouTuber, or even a content creator out there. There's loads of content creators. Just choose the accent that you like, and you will get there. Start copying, speaking style, good examples. And I mean really, really good examples. It could be BBC presenters. Listen, pause, and repeat. Mimic their rhythm, their speed, and their tone, and their intonation. Practice exaggerated British sounds. As I mentioned earlier, I've mentioned the letter T and the letter R, and of course I've mentioned as well to pronounce your R sounds. This is the long vowel. A long vowel in a words like father, as I mentioned earlier, it will happen quite a lot in many different situations. Father, after, okay? Father, after. You know, you've got about the letter T, you've got a letter, let's say letter, matter, water, better. And you've got the softer letter R, which happens at the end. We call it schwa sound. This is one of the most common vowel sounds to British English, and it's quite a lot happen. I would say it's about 50%. And this exaggeration helps you to kind of to have a muscle memory, and of course you shadowing at the same time, because if you kind of like afraid of making all of these sounds, shadowing, that means you need to play a British sentence, repeat instantly, and don't just pause. You have to match the speaker exactly, and this trains your tongue like a real UK exposure. And of course, daily exposures or daily exercises to sound more British. Well, now if you can really follow these exercises, you will sound more British, even if you don't live in the UK, even you're not from the UK. Exercise 1, I might say, British vowels. Practice your British vowels. Let's say, for example, say these words with the long vowels. Let's say bath, half, last, laugh, okay? So have you noticed those are R sounds going there? 10 minutes a day makes a huge difference. Second exercise might be pronunciation drill. Repeat these: water, better, little, later, and all of these focus on clean T pronunciation. BBC imitation practice. Go to YouTube, search about BBC English, or even choose 2 minutes one clip, and then, for example, this helps your rhythm and of course your clarity and your accent and intonation. However, 1 minute British pronunciation practice every single day. Just choose a topic, your plans, even your story, and you speak in your best, okay? British accent for 1 minute, record yourself, listen, and then record. This builds confidence plus muscle memory. So now if you don't need to move to the UK to sound British, if that makes sense, you just need the right understanding and the right training, and of course the right daily habits that you will get there. So if that sounds fun, and please enjoy the journey, and yeah, don't be hesitant, don't start trying to be perfect. You can't make it till you fake it, right? Just get in there, hang in there, and keep pushing forward and you'll get there. So if you like what you saw today, you enjoyed this video, please consider that you subscribe to the channel for more videos like this, and of course click the bell so you don't miss any weekly videos, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.